So in this video, we're going to be looking at camera tracking or 3D camera tracking in After Effects. Usually I won't use After Effects for camera tracking. I will use some dedicated tracking software for that, something like PFTrack or Buju, or there are quite a few out there. And in the next chapter, we're actually going to look at PFTrack. But sometimes it's just nice if you want to do something really quickly in After Effects and you need to track your 3D camera. So I've given you guys a clip. Just go to the project files and download camera tracking.mp4, and that's a clip that we're going to use for this lesson. So just drag that clip into your project area and then drag that into a new composition. And if you play this back, you'll see it's a nice and smooth clip. I actually used a glide cam to film this. And we're going to use the camera tracker to create a 3D camera from this, and then we're going to place something in the scene. So there's a couple of ways that you can enable the camera tracker on this layer. First of all, you can right click on the layer and then you can select track camera, or you can go to your tracking tab here at the bottom and you can click on track camera while you've got that layer selected, or you can go to your effects and you can type in camera and you'll see that it's got a 3D camera tracker, and you can just drag that onto your clip. So I usually just right click on this layer and then I select track camera. So it's going to start analyzing in the background, and this usually takes a minute or two depending on the length of your clip. So let's just give it a moment and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so once that's done, you'll see that it actually created some tracking points in your footage. So if you scrub through this, you'll see all these colored dots all over the place. So what you need to do is you need to select some of these tracking points, and then we're going to create a camera from that. The easiest way to do this is just to click and drag and then just highlight some of these tracking points, then release, and it will actually create like a flat circle on the floor. And then once you've selected all these tracking points, you can right click on one of them, and then we're going to go with create text and camera. You can either create some text and a camera, or you can create a solid and a camera, or maybe even a null and a camera that you can later on use and link to another object. But for this example, we're going to click on create text and camera. Okay, so as you can see, it created a text layer for us. And what you also notice is that text layer is actually 3D. It's got this little cube enabled next to it. And then it also creates a camera for us. So what we can do with the text, let's rotate it into place. So with that text selected, go up to rotation at the top. And then you can use these different axes like the Z axis, the X axis and the Y axis to rotate your text. So we're going to rotate it on the Z axis first. So just point to Z and then just click and drag until you're happy with the alignment of your text. Okay, let's play through our scene. And you'll see that the text is actually sticking to the floor in 3D space, which is pretty cool. So you can also move your text around. So let's just click on our selection tool, and then you can move it along these axes. So we're going to move it on the Y axis. So just click on that one and drag it upwards to drag it away from the camera. So when you're happy with the position, let's play that back again. Okay, pretty cool. Let's rotate our text so it's actually upright. So let's select the rotation tool again. And then on the X axis, I'm going to rotate it. And if you hold in shift on your keyboard, it will actually snap in 45-degree segments. Okay, let's play through that. So as you can see, we've got some 3D text and it's looking pretty cool. So yeah, that's camera tracking in After Effects, and I'll see you in the next video.